This is a collective energy reading. Please only take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress, because if you're stressing, it's a mission. Because it's a feeling. You got to encompass this feeling. So I was like, oh, you're having a laugh. So someone could be having a laugh. They're having a right old mess now. They're looking at, because they're going through this transition. I'm just going to have to grab these off the floor. Certain people are grabbing information, what they can, gathering up all the little belongings. They're dropping certain things, losing things. Take this all as it resonates. They're losing their mind. They could be looking about their attitude and this aggressive approach, and maybe when they was moving and how they was moving. Now they're looking back for this stability. They may see you as that empress. They're looking for their inner peace. They needing some inner peace, because they're looking at this karmic cycle. They may be looking at you and saying, oh my gosh, how could you're steadfast, organized, communicating, got these special dynamics, balance of the mind, and able to be creative and continues to keep on moving forward. You could have seen that this masculine's had a child, birthed a child, this feminine. They could see that you're secure within inside of you, your mind, your thoughts, your body, connected to your emotions. You're creating, manifesting, steadfast, organized. You looking, you took your approach towards life and gave yourself that compassion, used your intuitions, looked at the challenges, was creative, encompassed those emotions and feelings, and it was unable to accept things that you couldn't change. Kept on having that wisdom, moving forward towards your new beginnings, having that balance within inside of your mind, higher clarities, higher thoughts. That's when you're connecting to the divine, listening to the spirit within. You could see that those divine feminines and masculines, they didn't have manners and respect and dignity. They was blocked because of their was unrealistic. They wasn't looking about that karmic cycle that they was on, because they wasn't evolving. Take it all as it resonates. They was blocking and stopping their own self because they didn't have that compassion, and they was too busy creating with other people, not connecting, using their intuitions, that inner thought and inner feeling. They was too busy, their values, what they valued, their ego, their pride. Take it all as it resonates. They wasn't able to, they was just a quick thinker, quick mover, full of stress, full of anxiety, flighty and detached from their emotions, all because of your ego. They looking at you and saying, oh my gosh, is that for the one with the hidden skills and these hidden abilities? These family members and friends, they could have had aggressive approach as well, blocking you, talking about you, watching you, about you and your masculine and the relationship that you had. Take it all as it resonates. They were spiritually hating and blocking you because they can see that you're redeeming that wisdom, knowledge, 10, that fulfillment, your 10 of Pentacles. You're brave, you're this Queen Rising. Take it all as it resonates. They was all trying to block you and stop you, so they're having time moments, confused. The more I know, the more I am able to help others with my knowledge. So the more you knew, you was steadfast, you was organized, you was able to create, manifest, listen to your gut feelings, listen to the intuitions, connect with the spiritual guides within inside of you, get steadfast, organized. That's when you're looking at yourself, when you got compassionate about your own self, and when you're communicating, you know where you're going to. That's when you're mastering the craft of your own skills. Take it all as it resonates. You was enabling people to encompass cycles, relationships, things that don't serve you. It was enabling you to be able to grow. And when you had to sit back down and start analysing yourself and get into that hangman position because it was stress, and you looked at the karmic cycles and you thought, I'm going to move forward because these partners, these family members and friends, your lovers, the social ideas, take it all as it resonates. Them lamps, and the lamp is the lamp. The lamp is the lamp. The lamp is when you're moving and you're in that aggressive state. That's you, that impulse. Are you moving, and how you're moving with your mind? It's knowledge and wisdom. It's courage. It's strength. For you to get that strength to grow, to gain wisdom. So you can get out in that hangman position, let go, get that leap of faith, release yourself, let go of any love that don't longer serve you. That's you looking at persistence, anything. So when you're lacking that direction, connect to those emotions, take it all as it resonates. What is it you are afraid of? So now you could be looking what you're afraid of. This masculine could be looking, seeing what they're afraid of. You could be seeing what's that creative skill to be afraid of. That's when you're not using your intuitions. You're not connecting and trusting yourself. That's you just trusting yourself and letting those emotions flow, getting that higher awakening. What new skills you need to be able to heal? No longer squashing pain. Love can do better. So they're no longer squashing pain, because that's like that birthing pain, to be able to release stress, let go of thoughts and feelings that don't longer serve you. That's your inner peace, confidence, self-worth. That's you growing and accepting, creative. What are you creating? Are you anchoring? And when you're anchoring, you're steadfast, organized. Take it all as it resonates, because you need to be able to get into that energy of trusting oneself, because it's the habits and it's the way how you're thinking. Automatic internal power. Our authentic external power. So they can see your automatic internal power, your external power. Internal, external. You've got that internal power. You listen to the spirits within inside of you. Your chakras awaken and open, divinely guided. Take it all as it resonates. They're seeing you as that 10 of cups, because that's a fulfillment and a wish. Because that's that lamp of knowledge, wisdom, courage, strength, standing in your power, duality, grounded, looking at that treasure box. You've got that treasure. Somebody can see you as a part of their treasure box. Take it all as it resonates. 6. Memories. This could be somebody from your past. They're still holding that light. They're holding that wisdom. They're gaining compassion. They may be looking now, because that's that fluidity of emotions. They didn't have that discernment. Now they're discerning and seeing. Oh my gosh, they're getting that knowledge. And that's like, you know, when you're looking at high awareness, their light's lit and they're holding those emotions. Stress. They may need healing, because they're withdrawn from those emotions. They could have withdrawn from emotions from you. You could have gained your strength and courage and withdrew yours. Now they're gaining that strength and courage. They're analysing now. They're being practical. They can realise now, like, who you was. You was a caring, you was nurturing, you was stable, you was compassionate. Now they're getting connected to their emotions, because that light, that feeling, them lampsteads. You see your authentic power standing in your truth, because you, this divine masculine, they're gaining wisdom. Take it all as it resonates. It's that external power when you're connecting, and it's triumph and it's success. That's when you're going towards those new beginnings. You got that stability. You're inspiring those divine feminines and masculines. They're looking back towards you. They could have been indecisive. They was busy picking and choosing swords. Didn't have eye clarity when they was taking action. Now they're having that sudden awakening. That right side, their ears. They're having their spirits listening to them. Now they're listening, taking that action. That right side's awakening. They're gaining that strength. They maybe want to be able to come and speak this to you, because that's external power is what they're feeling with inside. They're gaining that clarity and awareness. You could be gaining that clarity and awareness, that mindset and their attitude towards money. They was in that flight and detached. Those flight and detached from their emotions. They had this aggressive energy, all because of their ego. They could have been throwing swords. People for you, they could have been throwing, you could gain added clarity. That they could have been speaking of this aggressive energy towards you. Competing against you. Because of their mindsets and their values. They lack compassion and understanding. They didn't connect because it wasn't nurtured. Their stability, the foundations, who they were serving now. Because they're looking now, that's that authentic power, the internal and the external. They can see they've got that high awareness of you, that you're successful, you're triumph. You've got these hidden skills. Now they can see you're a high priestess, divine feminine. They're transforming you, enabled yourself to transform. Now they're seeing, they're feeling disconnect and boredom, because they're realizing, oh my gosh, I put myself on a karmic cycle. Now they're looking back to the mysteries of their story. They blocked their self off. They wasn't using their intuitions. They were stuck in those red chakras. Take this all as it resonates. That's when you're running through hell for your foot bottom flight and detached from emotions, not connecting. That's when you're running through those external energies, trying to secure things. This is this masculine now. They're not feeling so secure, because you're going to see about this deception and envy. So they disconnected from you, deceived you, 7 of Swords, you, deception. That was like trickery. They was doing certain things, saying now you was moving and you was aggressive and you was bugging them. Take it all as it resonates. They can see really, they're looking back towards you and seeing your beauty and your pleasures. You're creative. Now they're using their intuitions. They're connecting to their emotions. They didn't have compassion. Take this all as it resonates. Hang up your boots. Nana, go on better. That could have been a friend, old lover for the choices. That could have been somebody who was providing a service. Old woman, old man. They could be feeling stress now and anxiety. They may need to go doctors and got health issues. Take it all out as it resonates. Somebody in your community didn't have harmony and balance. They didn't have that discernment, because it's what, like, you're not spiritually awake, because you're not thinking about the actions that you're taking. You know, you're not connecting to those emotions, and you got one love there and you got one love there, and it's those choices that you do make. Because when you're not connected and you listen to your intuitions, that's you looking at that physical, who you're working with, the community, is there harmony and balance? That's there. They could be looking at you now and saying, oh my gosh, you're a Virgo. They could be saying, oh my gosh, Taurus, I looked at my house and I was in that Aries energy. I acted, and now I'm feeling these feelings towards you because I see I'm acting and I'm serving. They can see the way you're acting and you're serving. You're secure. They're detached. To access something, literally, politically, of those practices of future times, that shadow, futility, cast on the shadow of side of life and others and yourself, practicing, not giving into desires or even religious doctrines. That's cutting out food, places, people, and not serving your highest good. So you wasn't able to cut out those divine feminines and masculines, lock them off, go towards your new beginnings. You disconnected. You seeing you that was boring. You didn't know how to make these choices. You was indecisive. You didn't have these boundaries in place. You wasn't spiritually awoke. You weren't connected to your third eye. You was activated. You didn't depend on them. They was aggressive. You was inspiring. You got inspired. You was independent. You was steadfast. You was organized. You've got your leadership skills. You had that caring nature towards yourself. 12. You seen that karmic cycle. So you hung up your boots. You told them hang up your boots. That's boring. See you later. Out here flossing on TikTok for likes. So they could say you're out here flossing on TikTok for likes. They was out on social media doing things for likes. So people had a social awareness of them. Take it all as it resonates. They thought they was being charming and creative. Take it all as it resonates. There is footage of events. So you're going to see footage of events about them in this community, about what they was doing. This feminine, masculine and mother figure. Take it all as it resonates, about their habits, what they was doing in secrecy to be able to secure a property, sex, actual energies, and how they was being aggressive and blocking. So you could see, you could have a social awareness of this. People have got to go to doctors, court, they could be feeling stress, and people in their community could be hearing about this. So they're going to be seeing this footage about who they was holding up with and the choices that they made, and when they was being their ego. Take it all as it resonates. Now, how do we go back from here? So now they're at discomfort because they're having this awareness about how do we go back from here when you took that energy, tried to block you, talking bad about you, putting aggression towards you to be able to not enable you to have that higher clarity of your mind about the choices that they did. They was putting stumbling blocks in your place. Now how do they go about this? Because they can see you're an empress and they can see those memories of love. You told them to hang up the boots, these 3 of Pentacles, because of the hard work that they was putting in. Those friends and family members, because how you're working and how you're serving and how you're providing, and you got that higher clarity, you're enabling people to gain information. They had a social awareness of you, those family members and friends. The partner, they was working alongside other people to block you, speaking bad in regards towards you, like you're the one who's blocking them in the memories of that you and them, and now they're having this higher clarity because they was flighting detached, and that's about your friends and who was providing that service. They thought there was a quickly in the mind, you know, like, oh, that person's here and the way how they're working. Block them, stop them, look at their ideas. They may be even copying off you, and everything that you was doing there, you can gain clarity. They wasn't balanced. You gaining introspection about the actions that they took, or who they was taking these actions with. Take this all as it resonates. This could be this Knight of Wands that was quick, flighting, detached, and now they're gaining higher clarity about the actions that they took. Take this all as it resonates. That's a fire sign, air sign. You could have seen how they was aggressive in their ego and their energy. Actual drives their mindset towards money to be able to maintain structures, foundation. They was hardworking. They took that action. They told they was working alongside their friends to block you. Sorry, take it all as it resonates. You could be gaining higher clarity. They was blocking their self because of their mindset, because of their ego. And that's because they lack confidence. They seen that you was at one, you was at, they was trying to block you so you didn't have higher clarity. Two of Wands, so you want to travel in your mind, making decisions. They were stopping you. You're going to get this higher awareness about this King of Wands. This King of Wands could be gaining higher awareness about these options, what they had. They got Nine of Swords, now they're stressed because this Emperor, about this property. Take it all as it resonates. This family member, they could be taking somebody to court about property. A friend. You're gaining this higher awareness. They wasn't listening to spirit. They was controlled by demonic forces because they was blocking them from making choices around the world. You travelled, you blocked them, you ended that cycle, you balanced your mind, you got steadfast, organised, creative, compassion for yourself, enable people to be able to grow. About these options. When people are taking options, look at these options that you are taking, making sure you're making that rightful choice and it's balanced. Listen to that spirit within inside of you, because when you're determined, how are you determined? Are you making sure that you on that rightful path, so it's a fair-minded choice, because they could be looking back towards you now and want to be able to give you justice. They could have had options, with many options, with different women, different choices, and they picked the snake, they had the ghost, they had the dragon, they wanted that house, they didn't get balance, they wasn't moving with love. And when they picked up that love and they thought that was love, that was not love. They know they needed cleansing and healing because they picked up a toxic energy. Now they're sad because they can see you as a true divine feminine. They didn't listen to the spiritual guides, get connected, steadfast, and look into the foundations. Their mindset, they was too greedy. Dragon, chasing the property. They thought they was gaining that prize. They didn't listen to the writings on the wall, the words, because they thought they was maintaining a ticket. They wasn't connecting to their self. Now they can see, now they're looking back towards their self. They picked up a dragon. Take that all as it resonates, guys, because they're in their thoughts and feelings. You just be encompassing manifestations and impressing qualities of the divine. You're just highlighting your power to those divine feminines, masculines, and family members, as well as friends. Because you're right here, you could be fizzing. And that's that positive evolution, highlighting that awareness, divine energy, that right side of the body, representing that masculine energy, ready to take action, bringing assertive you feelings. That's that fizzing sound. Those divine feminines and masculines be seeking and speaking positively about you. It's fizzing, it's ringing in your right ear. I swear I just said that a minute ago. Progress on your spiritual path. And that increases that connection to the divine energy, masculine. That's getting that acknowledgement of action and assertive to the new beginnings. They could be even looking at religion and judgment, even belonging, and even bygones be bygones, and they're looking now to be looked to say so on and so on. That's receiving the message. You could be receiving a divine message, just driving messages, and you're from your guides or your angels. It's prompting you, those divine feminines and masculines, to pay attention. That's to something, or your physical reality. They be honouring. They're looking now, because that's that external noises for that awakening. It's those signs to you. That's their intentions. It's making that strength to become aware of the connection, the universe. It's challenging. It's that energy. It's your aura, your light, your life of light that's flashing to them. That wisdom, that lamp, and that's lighting that forever. And you suddenly bringing that flash light to their mind, thoughts and feelings. They're knowing now and kneeling down now and worshipping you and adoring you, because they can see they're getting that higher clarity, that high awareness. You are a true divine feminine. They're in that hangman position because they can see you're that fulfillment. And now see, look, that's that awakening. They can see those Seven of Swords. They Seven of Swords, you, this divine feminine, masculine. Those people in their community. They could have been out socialising and partying, picking people up, hanging and avoiding you, lying, trickery, causing deception towards you, to block you. That's like doing a lot of work towards you. Those swords was coming down towards you, blocking you, not blocking that mental capacity of your mind, the divine feminine masculines. And that's because of your beauty and your serenity. Those people had fake masks on. You're gaining higher clarity about the masculine, the feminine, the choices that they made. Some close enemies. They made people, they worked on people to be able to block you. They had aggressive energy speaking about you to family members and friends. They was putting hard work in. They didn't realise. Well, they did realise. They were so creative while they was doing it, but they didn't have that strength. Their spell work didn't work. Now that masculine's weak, that weakened you out. Now you've got to go through that transformation, because you're in that Two of Swords now, thinking, And that's receiving now because they're wanting strength. They need cleansing because they want speaking truths. 8 again. Because that's the Tower moment. Committed, dedication, work and ethic. So they was committed, dedicated to try and block you, stop you, or to be able to possess that King of what, that Knight of Wands. Take it all as it resonates, guys. Because I am, and when you're moving and possessing, they was trying to possess and rule dominance over you, your masculine, block you so you weren't stable, so you didn't have clarity of mind, psychological, so you stress, got conflict, you haven't got that all-knowing, you weren't seeing, you weren't steadfast, like you weren't organised, so you was detached from your emotions. You might balance that physical as well as the spiritual. You had mental clarity, you seen the moon, the illusions to the confusions. You wasn't able to stay steadfast, organised. You was practical, because certain people tried to make you feel stressed, like you was indecisive, all because of habits. And you're going to see they was indecisive all because of their habits, because they lack compassion, you see. They didn't have they was too busy out partying, socialising with other people. The mindset towards money, they didn't have it goes back to your feminine, it's nurturing. They didn't have that nurturing qualities. And you know, when you grow up and your parents in that inner world around you about what you're valuing and how the things that you need for your individual self, they was just too busy about their self, their own money, the personal matters, and where they're located in the world and how people see them when they're out. And when you're in that childlike spirit 5, you're not thinking, you're not connecting, you're not growing. That's because you're having these exual energies, picking up different partner, exual energies, put them down, not slowing. You had to end that cycle. You grew, you've seen that evolution, connected, went towards those new beginnings. You've seen that divine masculine, feminine, you was that feminine energy. That could have been your masculine. They could have two sword you, blocked you because they was indecisive, they wasn't stable. You got that stability. You gained that knowledge. You was down to earth. You was inspiring those divine feminines and masculines to change. People was blocking them. They was holding on to assets, to money, to foundations, homes, properties, stabilities. Now they weren't connected to those roots. They weren't ready to transform because their commitments to money, to this home, to land, property, deeds. Take this all as it resonates, because now they're looking at that world, to their mindset, they're getting higher clarity, they're detached from emotions, thoughts and feelings. Now they're seeing that's that realisation on that sickbed, 9 of Wands. They're close to success. They could be moving like one turtle. They may have to swim to you. You know how turtles take long. That's because they need nurturing, and you know how your money, your finances, they may need money. They may need to be able to get that bit of inspiration now. Use their hidden skills, connect to their intuitions. Maybe moving in the silence. Maybe moving from different directions, getting that confidence to be able to come towards you, because they're gaining higher clarity, wisdom. They've been on that karmic cycle, 16. Now they're looking back towards the choices. They may be thinking, oh, determined to be able to come towards you. 7. Now they're seeing it's 16. It's Tower, so they've got to change. They could be having a Tower moment where they are because they're feeling left out in the cold hardship. Pentacles, 7. Because of the choices that they made. Take this all as it resonates. They may need to have to put that hard work in now because they're gaining higher clarity. Seeing you, know things, be aware. Be led away from the wicked. Removed for protection. So you was led away from these wicked feminines, family members, friends. It was for your protection. They was trying to block you because that was like their ego, their pride. They was detached from emotions, thoughts. They didn't have eye clarity. They didn't want to transform. They were stuck on that low dense energy. Driven through jealousy, idealistic approaches, obtaining power, dominance and over you, your resources. Take this all as it resonates. They didn't lack strength. That was like a friend, fake enemies that was close towards you. Take this all as it resonates. Now they were trying to block you, so you had lack of clarity of mind, psychological, so you didn't have strength. Now they're lacking strength. This could be those friends and that King of Wands, a feminine energy. Because they're seeing that commitment. They was putting some hard work in to be able to block you. So he wasn't enabled to be able to go forward. But you was that sun. You had that higher force. Now they're seeing that great power, that friend, there was aggressive, a masculine, feminine energy to block you. You had protection. trying to clone you. They took your pictures. So they've cloned you on the computer, took your pictures, sent it to a masculine. They could have said, done like you was doing extra magic around the world, like you was on some shizzle. They could have took your pictures, put you like Morning Banks on social media. They could have put a bank, money for a property to be able to possess, and speaking about you and your picture. Short distance, that's the neighbourhoods and travelling. To be able to block you about your lower mind, so that they was in their lower side of their mind, that low aspects, because they wasn't able to develop. That was, they didn't have that educational skills because their mental capacity, their mind. Those family members and friends, because they was trying to possess your partner, the values towards money, I am, and they're now looking because it's their body and their appearance, their ego, their sense of self, how they want people to see them in public, and how they move, and now they're thinking that they're pioneer, and they can see they're looking at you, you're that pioneer. You're they can see they was programming. So you like a programmist. They was programming on the computer to make you look like something. Dickheads. Sad sacks. That's what you called sad sacks. Remember that cartoon back in the day? They was the sad sack. Just switch lanes on them. Meanwhile, you switch lanes on them. You ended that karmic cycle because your mindset was different. You seen illusions. You seen that illusion. You gained that balance. You seen you got steadfast. You got creative on their ass. You seen it. You got in your mind. You thought, are they trying to really fucking trick me? Do they think I'm holding on to you for money? Do you think I'm running back at you like I'm some backside idiot and a fraud? No, mate. No, mate. I'm practical. I'm down to earth. I depend on myself. Yeah? They can't even pick a lane. No matter what they try. 1 minute you're nice and caring. Next minute you're a bitch. So now they can't pick a lane. Now they're feeling this hardship and loss from you. Isolated, abandoned, unemployed. And they're feeling all these struggles. Because they're disconnected from their heart, those emotions. All because of their own pride and their ego. And they didn't want to listen to their conscious side of their mind. All because they had all these many options out in the streets, killing the teeth to every girl they meet. It was so hard to be a little sweet. Now they're feeling that pain. All because of what they was trying to be able to gain and when they was creating and who they was creating with. And even this feminine energy and masculine, now they're looking at that home and your family and your private life. And then you're looking at your personal pleasures and the people who you was having this personal pleasure with. Now you're seeking this inner standing, that higher clarity of the mind. They could even be going to doctors now, even police, because that's like when you're moving and you're looking at your house and the neighbourhoods and the people that you grow up with and the rest of the world that's around you. You start having to look because it's confusion, and they was bringing confusion like they was some top boss man gaining money, like some rich bitch up in this shit, and now they're broke like a joke and now they're connected to their self. All of a sudden they can see all that fulfillment and they can't even pick a lane no matter what they try to do, because they was trying to sword you. Next minute they want to work with you. 1 minute they can't take you. Now they're using their intuitions. 1 minute they're indecisive. Next minute they want to be able to come and give you justice. Because now they're looking back towards you and saying, oh my gosh. 10, use that true divine feminine. 5, I didn't grow and I was blocked. 9, you took that strength and now I'm gaining that higher clarity and wisdom. Because I'm feeling left out in the cold. And look, success. They can see your success. You have that willpower, strength. You as a Sage of Pentacles, you kept on working hard going forward. Now they want to gain strength. Someone come towards you quick and fast. Because they can see you caring, you nurturing. This is a fire sign. Take it all as it resonates. Earth sign. They're grounding themselves. They can see you're grounded, you're stable, you're practical, you're balanced. They're balancing their emotions. They've got a social awareness of you. Take this all as it resonates. They can see you're caring, you're nurturing, you're enabling people to grow. You put boundaries in the front of them. They may be needing caring and nurturing now. They're needing to be able to get that willpower and that strength because they're critically analysing now. They can see you're practical, you're gentle, you're loyal, social awareness of you. That could have been a feminine energy was bad-minding you now and they're feeling blocked because they can see you're that success. Five of Cups are in grief. So they're having grief, those family members and friends, those close haters, now they're feeling left out in the cold all of a sudden. Because they're gaining that higher clarity in regards to who you are. Their mindsets to what they was valuing your partner. They was indecisive, blocked from their emotions, bad mind energies. All wanting to block you because you was that Queen rising. I'm listening to you. They all listening to you. They monitoring you socially. Sage of Pentacles, your work when you're creating, socially aware of you on the computer too. Because you're creative, you got that willpower, you got strength, you got tenacity. You're eccentric, you're moving, you got courage, you got strength. Sorry for the anger, for the distance I made, the promise I never made. So now they're sorry for that anger, that rage, that aggression, their ego. They was competing with you. Now all of a sudden they're sorry because they wasn't listening. And then now they're listening, they're monitoring you. Now they maybe want to send you a text to tell you about these confusions and illusions, all because of their habits. They wasn't steadfast, organized, connected to their emotions and who they were serving. And their mother and father was letting them know about the serving, and they wasn't steadfast. They was detached from emotions. No limiting thoughts. John 3:4. So now this feminine, they can see your divine feminine. This masculine can connect into their emotions now. Looking at their self, connecting to their heart. They're having that awakening, transforming. Because there was a snake. Snake in the wilderness. So the Son of Man must be lifted up. Wilderness, meditate, inner reflection, and that spiritual practice. The snake is that Kundalini energy that needs to be raised or awakened to activate that spiritual transformation. So they've got to raise in their Kundalini, that snake. They've got options. They need to be able to lift up that snake to rise that Kundalini in the wilderness, because that's reflecting on their self. Get that inner awareness, that's that clarity. Because they need to be meditate and not hate. So they need to get the crystals out, get that higher clarity. Don't be moving like one serpent energy, one dragon. They need to take that herbs, drink it. Family event, ready for conflicts. Cha. So now you're going to see there may be a family event. Family event, awareness. Could be a death in the family. Family friend could have had a death. You can see there's conflicts because certain people was being brave. They're going to be trying to hold their self down because it was dominant. Stubborn. They're going to try and hide that stubbornness. Family event, ready for the conflict. They misunderstood your worth. Now they're seeing they've misunderstood your worth. They could have said that you left you out. Five of Cups you, Five of Cups you, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups says you broke. There'll be grief. Says that you was full of stress and you was conflict and you was argumentative, lying on you. This time they was detached from their feelings. You was steadfast and organized. You just devalued these divine feminines and masculines. They just didn't like it because it was their public image, like that they opposed like their job, because they made out like there was a rich bitch and there was broke shit, or living off your mum, because your status and that's your position in the world. And they wanted to stand there like that authority and control, like there was stable, but there was unstable mind, unstable thoughts, unstable feeling, all because they had insecurity. Practicing my words for when they try come back, gonna wish you didn't. So you be practicing your words when these family members and friends, these divine feminines and masculines come back. They are gonna wish they didn't, because they think that they, look, do you think about me too? No. I think about myself. I'm inspiring myself because I'm independent. You see, when people had these aggressive energies and they was all in their ego, they didn't connect and have that awareness, and they was just all about me. Me, myself, and I, that's what I found in me. That's what I found out. So she's telling them, because they want to come and ask you, how do you feel? Do you feel about me? 7, do you even see me that way? Those family members and those friends, even a close friend could be coming towards you now. They could be watching you and thinking, oh gosh, wow, she's quite inspiring, isn't she? I'm getting sentimental, connecting to my emotions. Let me gain a bit of confidence and come forward towards you. They could have feeling weak, like they haven't got that strength and that courage, and they may need to build up theirs. I'm open to compromise. So you could be open to compromise. They may need to gain higher clarity. They may need to come back with balance and stability. Take this all as it resonates. You may just be this high priestess and be schooling these feminines, masculines, giving them that insight. So they've got higher clarity. They have got to come towards you with grace. They can't be coming on that actual energy. They may be wanting nurturing, really. Take it all as it resonates. My life started when I met you. So all of a sudden, 11. That clarity, reality, duality. They're seeing that connection. Do you even care? So do you even care that their life started when they met you? But what happened in between that time, in the between time? Because their ego took over that pride, material possessions, lust, greed, holding on, Jezebel spirits, Latvias. They didn't want to grow. And there was resilience. And that's that really long pain and suffering. They put themselves through long pain and suffering, put you through long pain and suffering, left you out in that cold, to all of a sudden gain that higher clarity in regards to who you are. And to be able to transform. That was a part of their long-ass karmic cycle. Take it all as it resonates. All because they can see you're that queen rising. Isaiah 7, your partner, the choices that they made. Indecisive. Blocking, stopping you. 4, because it wasn't connected to the heart. All of a sudden, this masculine's gaining structure, higher awareness, higher awakening in regards towards you. Getting all sentimental. Sentimental. Now they're getting sentimental because that's that cream rising inside them, that activation, that kundalini awakening to the spirit. All because of the choices they went on. They didn't discern. They lacked knowledge, compassion. They weren't connected to the physical as well as spiritual. That Holy Trinity. They was running through low dense energies. All because like nurturing and caring, and that's illusions for like mother figure, nurturing parents, that inner world from around them. The values, they was too busy like working. It's your personal finances and not that love life to be able to connect to those emotions. Take it all as it resonates. It's rooted from family. Take it all as it resonates. Their mother could have made them being indecisive and compromising. They could be speaking to a mother figure now and gaining information, trying to gain introspection as to which way to go because they're feeling sensitive. It's practical, plucked, high, elevated, noble, evil roots, Aramic, highest, rising up, linked to ancient lands, embodying divine evolution, spiritual ancient and connections to the ancient heritage, Arama. And that's looking at Strong's. And the 619, so that's your family, your friends, the choices, the partners, your attitude, your growth, balance, moving forward, higher awareness, clarity. They seen you as that sun. That's that assured, crafty, lofty potential. Those cunning divine feminines and masculines, friends, Ephraim, fruitfulness, divine favor. You are that divine flavor. Lessons of prosperity. That's making them productive in Egypt. Spiritual challenges. That's turning away. And that was from you. So they turned away from you because of the choices, actual energies about money, what they was valuing, trying to secure properties. They thought people had a social awareness of them. Take it all as it resonates. And that's to be able to conquer Judah. That's praising and thanks, and that's giving leadership. They wanted to conquer, get leadership. They thought they was growing. They're reflecting now. Their mother, dedication, I told you, declaration at birth. Masonic, their mother, declaration at birth. Masonic because of their values. Or what they was wanting. And that's when it's like, not to be bad on nothing, but their mum could have been like the second baby mother and was trying to cling on, and they was just into their partner for assets and stuff like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's their declaration from birth. Masonic lineage, royalty, Lion of Judah. That's that strength and that central faculty. They lack that of consciousness. Jews and that path to activate that spiritual praise, devotion towards you, because now they're looking. They can see that practical, they want to commit it now to dedicate towards you. They're shifting that personal pain into gratitude. They're shifting that personal pain into gratitude, success, positive. They're moving now because it's positive fatigue. And they're looking for that victory for power, authority over those enemies. You got for authority over those enemies because they're having grief. Now they can see you are that Ace of Pentacles. You're going towards those possibilities and you're contented. And that's the Most High. You're looking to continue because that's that capability of both material, as well as that divine evolution, that was balance and redemption. You had both material as well as evolution. It was divine evolution, fulfillment, redemption song. So that's that redemption song. So now they're coming to it. Oh, pirates, yes, they robbed I. Took I to the marching ships. Yeah, people that robbed I. Put them at the bottomless pit. Now they're disconnected. They're feeling harsh, loss, grief, wounded. This Knight of Swords. Now they're gaining that clarity, that 10, that ending that cycle. They're seeing this Knight of Pentacles. They're feeling like abundance now and prosperity. They could be feeling for the child. They could be getting steadfast, walking away from a child, from a mother. Take it all as it resonates, guys. Let's just see what the tea will be. You was cock-blocked. That nigga was ain't shit. These people weren't shit. They was always out partying. They was going on like you want shit. Look, they're getting bagged, been bagged, blocked. You kicked them out because they was alright. They was out partying. You blocked them. Now you're having these legal issues now. 11 is caught. They was all played out, done out, run out. Take it all as it resonates. You've got this bravery. They can see that bravery. They're facing court matters now in regards to this asset. This, oh, blocking people's new beginnings. One card. Give us two. They're gaining that life force now. Self-respect. They didn't have dignity. Now they're gaining this self-respect. Follow your heart. My heart knows what is good for me. I am respecting my limits. I answer and request my body and my soul and altar. You had that higher clarity. You respected yourself. You got that life force. You listened to the spirit, guys. Got that higher clarity, awareness. Return to the heart. So you was able to return to the heart. They weren't respecting their self. Now they're getting higher clarity. They was in their ego. Now they're connecting to those emotions. Returning to their heart. Connecting to you. They may see you. Let's just get one of these. It says for days. They may be thinking about you for days because that's not there. There is not enough faith to manifest your desires. It was in reverse. They're having this faith now. They're manifesting their desires. They may have lacked faith. Oh. Your practicality is helping. Channel the energy of the next moon phase. Your intentions are not there. So they didn't have their intentions. Moon energy is amplifying the situation. Take it all as it resonates.